Okay, Christina here to listen to some music. And today's music selection is Master of Puppets by Metallica. So I've definitely heard of Metallica before. In fact, there are a couple of their songs that I actually really like. I forget what album they're from, but it was the one back in the 90s at some point, early 90s, like Enter Sandman, The Unforgiven, and Nothing Else Matters. I like all three of those songs. They were on the radio back in the day all the time. I remember seeing their video on MTV. And if that gives away my age, then so be it. But those are all from the same album, and that's the only album then that I'm familiar with. So it is time for me to become an actual Metallica fan. I have to hear more than just 3 songs from one album, don't you think? Yeah, I think so. But that's why the channel is here. Allow me the chance to broaden my horizons and also share with you what some of this music is like through the point of view of a classically trained professional musician. So for those just getting to know me, I am a professional musician, a composer, a professor, vocalist in the classical world. I do have some bands that I liked when I was younger, but once I started on my classical journey, I kind of went away from a lot of those and just stuck with the things that I knew from my short little span of getting into popular music. So besides some movie soundtracks, which I also want to get into on the channel, I have a lot of gaps to fill in my music knowledge. So I'm hoping all of you can help me out. So please put your recommendations, suggestions. I will turn those into polls. There are some polls that will happen here on YouTube, but then we really narrow things down or have tiebreakers over on Patreon. Pretty soon I will have channel memberships open here on YouTube. But also be sure to like and subscribe. This channel is still absolutely brand new, just like a month or so. Having a great time with it so far. But we're still working out the kinks. I'm hearing a lot of discussion about how much stopping and starting there is and how much talking there is. And some people love it and some people hate it, and there's everything in between. So I'm doing my best. But as I always say on this channel, you don't have to be perfect. Just be okay. We'll get the right rhythm down here. We'll work it out eventually. I think we're ready for some Metallica here. Let's listen. All right. I also know that this song came out in 1986. And I looked it up. The band started in 1981. So this is early Metallica. Okay, I'm hearing the very distinct fingerprint that I have come to know from the 3 songs that I know from the early 90s for Metallica. I know James Hetfield's voice, and I recognize that timbre. It's sort of a treble drum sound. and I don't know the technical term for it, but it is definitely unique to this kind of heavy metal. And so I don't know if other groups have used it, but I'm assuming that Metallica is one of the first to come up with it. It's almost like there's no echo or reverb to it. It's just very matte, a very straightforward drum sound. The guitar work is fabulous. I mean, all of the musicians in this group are fabulous. Oh my goodness. But when these four guys come together, what they really bring is this perfect mix of complexity and the uniqueness of their sound. It's just such a solid presentation. There's just nobody quite like them. Okay, so musically, my classical ear is really catching on to the rhythmic variation. I think at one point I was even able to sort of bounce my head to it. No, not head banging, head bouncing. Okay, so they like to play with different meters. So at one point it was sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2 and da da da, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, where they kind of skip a beat. And then all of a sudden it'll stop, and it really keeps you on your toes. So very quickly, I need to switch over and just take a quick look at the lyrics, because I was so involved with the sound and the energy and the cool rhythm changes, the meter changes, that I was not able at all to pay attention to the words. I heard something about a master, and that was about it. Master of puppets, obviously. I should probably take a look at all the words quickly. All right, that's a lot of words. Sorry, I was really having to read a lot of this and ingest all of this. And I actually just reacted to kind of the opposite lyrics-wise, which was Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine, where it's sort of the same lyrics repeated over and over, whereas this, I mean, there's a chorus, but, and I think I remember this from the 3 songs that I know of Metallica, that they're very poetic and they're not afraid to be very descriptive. But at the same time, it's very suggestive in the idea that they don't ever completely come out and say exactly what is this entity that they're describing. And I think that's the fun in the interpretation. So like for Enter Sandman, you know, I remember something about the beasts under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Wow. Something stick with you for your whole life. I mean, that can literally be taken as a monster under a kid's bed, or it can be anything in anyone's life that's bothering you. So what I'm seeing here is, at first I was thinking it was a sort of anti-establishment, which made me sort of think of Rage Against the Machine. But then I was like, no, I think this is more, actually, it might be substance abuse. If there is a direct message with this, let me know what it is. Yeah, I think maybe I'm on the right case here. The needlework the way, never you betray, ritual misery, chop your breakfast on a mirror. Now that I have a better idea, let's continue. In fact, actually, I'm just going to back it up just a tiny bit, and we'll get into the chorus. Whoa, I'm going to stop that before we get into that because something just changed and it was awesome. Okay, I just want to talk about what I was just hearing. So just a little bit more about the fingerprint of Metallica. It's just simply because I listened to the other 3 songs that I talked about so much that I know James Hetfield's voice. I know how they use these instruments, and it's a really interesting point of view because this is almost 10 years after they, like, where I got to know them was 10 years into their career as a band. And there is a difference between their musicianship now and how I got to know them. So this is early Metallica. I think I got to see them in like the middle of their career. To me, there's more energy here, but it could just be the comparison to the 3 songs that I know, because I know 2 of them are kind of slower, The Unforgiven and Nothing Else Matters. They're more ballads. And so their fingerprint, for instance, I talked about the drum sound. It's just iconic. But James Hetfield, he has certain things that he does with the words, the shaping of the vowels. It's not really an accent. It's just what he does. He will draw out vowel sounds. I'll try to come up with a couple of examples. It is unique to just him as a singer. Now, what was just happening right there, where they started playing with his voice, that's obviously synthesized, but what in the world are we headed into here? I mean, this is a long song. It's like 8.5 minutes long. So, what's going on? Let's see. I'm going to back it up just a tiny bit. And maybe I can also point out some of those fabulous little gestures that Hetfield does with his pronunciation, his diction. Right. Okay, I'm going to stop it again just as we head into the restatement of the first half of the piece, but it's up a key. So we were doing this and all of a sudden we went up here. So now we're going to sing it all up here, I guess. That's cool. Really revs it up. That's sort of a typical Broadway kind of move where the first half of the song is in one key and then you have a little interlude in the middle and it kind of bumps it up so that when you sing the rest of it, it's up just a little bit higher. It's a great trick. Okay, this little guitar interlude. It was beautiful. Here I was saying that there was so much energy and in 5 to 10 more years, they're going to be doing slower ballads. Well, I spoke too soon, huh? Because then, yeah, you all knew this was coming. This middle section was very reminiscent of that. You can see that this is part of the colors that they have in their palette to paint the pictures that they want to paint. I'm not sure who all was playing what, if that was a duet, whatever it was gorgeous. It really was. it was also kind of a needed break for us to rest before the energy picked back up again. So now we've got the key change up and our energy, I think, is starting to come back. Let's see how they spin this story out. I'm going to back it up just a little bit, actually into some of that guitar work again, because it was beautiful. And then we can hear that cool modulation into the higher key. Wow. Well, speaking of masters, they are masters of their craft. And I always knew that they were good. I mean, they're Metallica. But I don't think I've ever really understood why. And now I think I'm beginning to. As I really learn more about guitar and drum work and really listen closer to compare different styles and abilities, these guys really have talent. I never doubted it before. I just never paid attention. Shame on me though, right? That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is updating my point of view and hopefully offering all of you a fresh look at some of this stuff. So I was mentioning Hetfield's voice. I think of his fingerprint with his style and how he ends his words. He changes or exaggerates the final syllable of certain words, and it's just him. That is his style. Nobody else can do it like he can. Let's see if I can go back. See, then it was master, master. So his R's are not too hard, like a southern R. In fact, I think he's from San Francisco. He's not going to have that accent there, being from there. And he doesn't say it that way all the time, but there's something about what he does with his R's that is uniquely him. But the one I was also thinking of was lied and cried. So let's see if that's coming up. I think it is. Cries, cries. It's almost like an added syllable in there. Often there are diphthongs in vocal music. You're not supposed to really sing diphthongs, but sometimes you have to, when you change the vowel in the middle of a word. And what he does is he emphasizes it. He just goes for it. So lies and cries. Instead of lies, cries. If you're a more classical singer, you'll hang on to that open mouth shape for as long as you can. Lies, cries. But he takes advantage of it. Lies, cries. It's just really great. So one thing I like to do, and this is just how my brain processes music like this, is I take a look at the form of the piece. There were two obvious things happening here. One is the A section that was at the beginning with the words, and then the other part is the instrumentals. And I love how it kind of went back and forth. But it did come full circle, so it sort of started with the A section and ended with the A section. The B sections were beautiful. And then the A sections were so full of energy. And there were so many little clever tricks. Like, you get so immersed in the sound, it's just jigga, 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 jigga. And then it just bum, 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 bum. And that void of sound in between is almost deafening. That's a little bit of trickery there. Honestly, it makes me sort of feel like what they're talking about, that there's someone hanging over you that's in control of you, someone or something hanging over you that's in control of you. And at the same time, you are being controlled by this song. It's taking you along for this ride. The different rhythm changes and those moments of silence, the deafening silence that just kind of wake you up and shake you up a little bit. That's clever music writing. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I need to look something up. Okay, wait a minute. I cannot believe I hadn't put this together yet, but now I recognize it. So if I look anything up about a song, I'll either have someone else do it for me or I'll do it a little bit myself, just barely, because I hate spoilers too much, but at the same time, I want to know a little bit about what I'm getting into. No wonder I was seeing stuff from Netflix, because I think this is the guitar solo from... I don't want to do spoilers here, but Stranger Things. Is this it? And if so, is it real? Or was it faked or dubbed or whatever? And oh my gosh, I love Stranger Things. And for those of you that also know, I do have a movie and TV reaction channel. It's called OK Christina. It's been going for a couple years, but Stranger Things is not on there. However, there is a new season coming out, I think. So maybe this is something that I'll have to do. Ooh, maybe I'm going to have to rewatch this scene and react to it a little bit, because now that I know this song, of which I'm going to have to listen to again several times because I really want to get to know it, I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to appreciate, if this is what I'm thinking it is, I cannot wait to go back and watch that moment. Okay. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who suggested this one and voted on it. I am so happy to be getting to know more Metallica. Like I said, I know those 3 songs, and I've always felt a little insecure about that. So thank you for helping me out, everybody. What Metallica should I listen to next? Maybe I should revisit those couple of songs that I know. It's been a long time. Keep doing all the things, like and subscribe. Find me over on Patreon. Soon you can become a channel member, and we'll continue on this little musical journey here. It's a lot of fun. And as always, just remember to just be okay. It's the best we can do. And keep listening.